Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick tutorial. Actually, I'm going to be doing a couple tutorials, but the first one will be on just how to give yourself a lineup, especially if your hair is long. Your hair might be a lot longer than mine, but hopefully I can share some basic principles with you to help you get yourself looking clean here up front and also in the back. Around the ears is going to be a little tough, but we'll share some principles as far as that too. That way, you can go from ashy to classy. Have you looking like that to this. All right, so let's get it.
P.
So let's first discuss some of the tools that you will use to do your lineup. Starting from left to right, you can see that we have a handheld mirror, a brush, a comb. You also need some type of brush to get the hair off of your clippers. Then right there in the middle, you can see that I have the Wall Magic Clip. It's a good clipper, decently priced. To the right of that, I have two Slimline Pro Andis edgers. Very good tool. And then you have the classic T outliner. Right under that, I have a number 1 guard and a 2 guard. And then above that, I have a couple products that we'll use later. So to start the process, the first thing we're going to do is take the clip off of the front of our heads. And we're going to use the magic clip to do that. As you can see in the video, I have my number 2 guard and I'm just knocking down the front edges of my hair. And as you can see, the clipper is closed, meaning that the lever is all the way up. This will cut the most amount of hair. Now we're going to use our number 1 guard, leaving it in the completely open position. Now let's brush the hairline out, making sure that our number 1 guard is in the open setting. And now we're just going to focus on the very front, the very tip of the hairline, so that we have a flat surface. And now we're going to introduce the first product of our video, Shazap. I've been using this product for years, and I love it because it's a great spritz to apply to the hairline before you start edging it up. But before freezing the hairline in place with Shazap, make sure to brush your hairline out and then apply a generous amount to the front of the hairline.
P.
So the next part of the video is very important. In order for your hairline to be crisp and clean, you need to identify different problem areas. Can you see mine? Are there any imperfections? Are there any high spots in the line? Well, of course, you can see I have one right towards the front on the upper left side if you're looking at me. By identifying this area, it lets me know where I need to begin. And I'm going to use this point to help guide me in the rest of my lineup. Yes, it will become the template that I'll use to measure off the angles that I'm going to take. That's why I'm using the comb to do this. So let's get it. As you can see, I have my Slimline Pro. It's ready to go. And now I'm just going to start at that high point that we've identified. And we'll begin to make small, slow strokes. One thing that you will notice throughout this video is that I will continually brush out my hairline. Line a little bit, brush a little bit. Now while you're doing this, be very careful not to dip into the hairline too much. Have you ever had a bad haircut where the barber took your line back? Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it. As you can see, the brush or the comb should never leave your hand. Keep brushing out that hairline. This will make your hairline crisper. Now in this next clip, I'm going to show you how you can line up the sides without using a handheld mirror. Some people don't feel comfortable using a mirror. As you can see, I'm just looking at myself straight on in the mirror. I've angled my clipper in the right directions. And then I've pulled my skin pretty taut with my other fingers so that the clipper will cut all of the hair and won't pull my skin. The results, so-so. But let me show you how we can get this hairline even crisper. Grab that handheld mirror and let's do it. With this technique, I'm using 2 mirrors, one in my hand and one on the wall. If you are a beginner, start to get the angles right. This can be very confusing for your brain because you're using 2 mirrors and going opposite ways. But trust your boy, it works. Once you've got your angles down, then you can start lining up the side and the top and just meet them in the middle. Before doing the other side, don't forget the all-important step of brushing your hair out. And now, homies, just do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. I'll let you watch, and let's listen to the beats of .P. In this next clip, you're going to see us work on the sideburn area. And one thing that I like to do first is determine the length that I want my sideburns to be. The second thing that I'm going to do is create the back barrier for my sideburn. You can do this by using the handheld mirror or by facing the mirror and pulling your skin taut. So what we want to do first is create our angle. For this side, I'm going to do a square sideburn for those of you who like to keep your sideburns a little bit thicker. On the other side, we're going to do a pointed sideburn. If you notice closely, I'm just using the edge of my clipper, just the corner, to start at that angle right above my eye. And then we're going to start slowly angling down so that we can get that square formation. Now just angle your clipper vertically and join the 2 areas, the 2 angles you've already made, right in the middle. Grab your brush or your comb and comb out any of those extra little stragglers, and we'll line it up one more time just to make sure that it looks the best it can. On the other side, we're going to establish the length and the back angle of the sideburn. With this interesting technique, I'm going to use the comb to make sure that my points are even. And as we can see, this side is a lot lower. Now I have a reference point to start from. So let's brush it out. And now on this side, as I explained before, we're going to do a little bit more of a thinner sideburn, a skinnier angle, for those of you who prefer it that way. Alright, so things might get a little tricky in these next steps. We're going to move to the back, but I'll help you out. First, brush out the hair. Then, without dipping too much into the hairline, determine the angle you want to take. Using the back of your ear as a barrier, place the entire clipper head down on the hairline to begin forming the angle. And now that I have this side done, I'll just use it to help me match up the other side. You know what you gotta do next. Grab that comb or brush and get to work. Using the comb technique again, I'm going to kind of game plan how I want to attack the bottom of the hairline. Personally, I like to start right in the middle, setting my foundation for the line. Now those of you who prefer a more squared shape in the back, keep the line natural. Don't dip in too much. As you can see, I'm just joining the bottom of the hairline with the side angle that we already did. If you like your hairline in the back to be a little bit more rounded, just take a sharper angle. But now, as you can see, the back is uneven. So because I like my back hairline to be a little bit more rounded, let me match up both sides. How we looking, guys? Pretty clean, right? Now we're gonna brush our hair down to get around our ears. Use just the edge of the clipper to do this part. As you face the mirror, two things will help you with this step. Pull your ear down to clear more space, and also pull your skin tight to get the angle. Notice again, I'm only using the edge of my clipper. When going around the ear, do not lay the full clipper head down on your hairline. Sometimes I like to use the bottom edge of my clipper in an underhand motion to get the angle around my ear. So now it's time to line up the blind spot behind our ear. Basically, we're just going to join the front angle and the back angle that we've already created. Using the back side of my thumb, I flip my ear down, and now you can start practicing the angles. And as I stated earlier, I'm only using the edge of my clipper. Never place the full clipper head down when you're going around the ear. Now it's time to style the hair, and I'm going to use a product that we have at our shop called Boardwalk. It's a great pomade, it's water soluble, it washes out easily, you'll love it. The reason why I love this product is because it's versatile. It can work in any type of hair. Now this next tool I'm about to use, the twist sponge, is great if you want curls. It can be short curls, short twist, long twist. If you have curly hair and you're looking for a new style, give it a try. We have it at the shop as well. This sponge is great because it gives texture to your hair, especially when you have to go a long time in between haircuts. If you're using the twist sponge, just make sure to keep going in the same direction. This next step puts the icing on the cake. Whether your hair is curly or straight, after putting in your product, you must style it, you must comb it, get it all organized and show off that beautiful work you've done. And only for you more experienced self-cut barbers, throw in a little part for some flair. This is my main trademark. Alright guys, I really appreciate you guys taking this journey with me today. Let's take a look at the work that we did together. Looks a whole lot better. Hey, do me 3 favors. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe to my channel. And 3, please send the link to anybody that you think could benefit from this tutorial. Thank you so much.